FAFSA application is open. Free application for federal student aid is open. What are the 3 big mistakes with the FAFSA that you need to avoid? I've got that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. All right. FAFSA, okay? I can't say it. I say FAFSA. I have no idea if your linguistics are such that it just rolls right off the tongue. I can't say it. Free application for federal student aid, okay? So it's FAFSA, but to me, I have a space in there if I'm going to say it correctly. Otherwise, it's FAFSA. Okay, so whatever. So it's time, guys. It's time. And you're probably thinking about the upcoming recession and the financial challenges you're facing. Maybe your investment declines and what you should do. And maybe you're even thinking, wait a second, this is a confusing time anyway, because the government just canceled a whole bunch of student loans. We don't even know all the details yet. That hasn't fully been rolled out. And yet, here we are. It's FAFSA season again. And so I want to help you avoid the 3 most common mistakes that we see regarding the FAFSA right now. Let's get into it. The first is not filing on time. It's first come, first serve, folks. It's first come, first serve, and most people don't know this. The application used to be just very small window during tax season, and what they said was, listen, you got to quickly get your tax return done so you get your financial numbers, your tax numbers, and then you've got to fill out your FAFSA as quickly as possible. And I would tell people, and others would tell people, don't wait for this year's tax return information. Just file it based on last year's information so that you get at the front of the line and then update it when you get your taxes done. But most people didn't do that. And so a couple years ago, they changed it completely. And instead of the FAFSA, I can't say it. Okay, so laugh, go ahead, leave a comment. Instead of having that application open up in January, now it opens October 1st of each year. And you might say October 1st, kids are already back in school. No. For the next year. So right now, October 1st of 2022 is when you can start filling out the FAFSA for a college student for the 2023-24 school year. I know, it's crazy, okay? And why did they do that? Because by October 1st of 2022, your 2021 taxes are already done. You did them back in the spring. So those taxes are already done. And that's right, you're using your 2021 taxes for your 2023-24 school year, so the prior year. Very, very confusing. You probably just got lost in me saying that. But this is why it's the number one mistake. Because the scholarship, the aid, the loans, yes, that they call that aid, it's first come, first serve. And therefore, if you're still thinking, well, I got to get my taxes done, or I've got to wait until this feels more normal, or when we get into the 2023 calendar year, that's when I'll fill this out. No, you're already late. October 1st is when the FAFSA opens. So get started. Go in there if you haven't done so already, and you've got a high school student that's going to be going to college 2023-24, or you've got a college student right now, go in and complete your FAFSA right now. Second mistake that we see all the time, and this comes in a variety of different flavors, and that is using incorrect information. And first is incorrect tax information. You know that within the FAFSA, you can actually connect your taxes directly to your FAFSA, and it avoids you having to, manually input a lot of tax information and potentially get it wrong. So that's one mistake, filling in the wrong financial information. So connect it to your taxes. Number 2, filling in the wrong financial information because it's asking about, assets or investments that you have when it's technically, you don't need to list it because it's in retirement account. So reading the definitions carefully, that's the second place we see a lot of people make mistakes and input wrong information. And then third, if you have a split or blended family, however you want to refer to it, not filling in the correct information, thinking that, well, mom's information is needed here and we don't need to include dad's information or stepdads or step-parents, whatever. That can be very, very confusing because of the multitude of scenarios. And so if you're in that situation, going through and reading it carefully and even sometimes working with a professional to make sure that you're not providing the wrong information, that can help you significantly avoid some big mistakes with the FAFSA. And then the final big mistake, and by the way, guys, I've got a link below in the description for the 10 most common mistakes that people have when they fill out the FAFSA, so make sure you check that as well. But my top 3, number 3 is not filling out the FAFSA at all. Now, I've talked to plenty of people who have a certain level of financial resources where they say, I don't need to fill it out and I don't want to divulge that information. And I get it, okay? I understand. I would tend to agree with that depending on the situation. However, there's a lot of people that are on the financial bubble. They think they won't use any of the loans when in fact they actually do. They also don't think through the other scholarship or financial aid opportunities that maybe the school might use or have as opposed to federal government or some other avenues where they're going to use the FAFSA as the application. And therefore, I think we're still in this scenario where too many people choose to not fill out the FAFSA when they actually should. A lot of schools are starting to require it, okay? I think universally it's not required just yet, although I don't know that for sure. Things are always changing, but I know some schools are getting close to requiring it, or some are. But still, a mistake that we see a lot of is people just assuming I'm not filling that out. And it's a pain. I get it. They've made it easier, but you might say, well, it's a lot of work. I'm probably not going to get anything for it, and it's just a waste of time. And so I'm not going to do it. And that's a third mistake. So take a moment right now. Carve out an hour, okay? Block it out and have your child and yourself. You go in and fill out. Get your FSA or get your ID and go through and fill out the FAFSA. It's open as of October 1st for the 2023-24 school year. Connect your taxes directly to it. Read all the definitions carefully. Even ask questions of a professional when you need help so that you don't fill out anything incorrectly. And if you're thinking, there's no way I'm not going to use it, think again. I would encourage you, work with your CFP, fill out that FAFSA if it makes sense. Work with your CFP on all of that. Really, this is just one component of your overall education strategy and plan. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP that's helping you build an education plan and making sure that fits with the rest of your financial goals, retirement, paying off the house, getting a new house, doing vacations, all sorts of stuff, that's the job of your CFP. So if you don't have a CFP on your team that can help you with that, contact one on my team. Find us online. Korhorn.com, that's Korhorn with a K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.